What's going on, YouTubers? My name is Robert Serrano Jr., natural born thriller. Welcome everyone to WWE 205 Live Review, the show from December 5th, 2018. Your commentators were Vic Joseph, Nigel McGuinness, and Percy Watson, and they were at Austin, Texas. The opening match was Drew Gulak, who was being accompanied by Gentleman Jack Gallagher, as Drew Gulak goes up against Brian Kendrick, who was being accompanied by Akira Tozawa. Match itself was pretty good, back and forth action, and a lot of submission moves going on in the match. Because the story here is that Drew Gulak is letting Brian Kendrick know that he will tap out to to Drew Gulak, because Drew Gulak is the submission specialist. In the end, so basically, Brian Kendrick was gonna look like he's gonna get the better of Drew Gulak. Gentleman Jack Gallagher comes out of nowhere and blindsides Akira Tozawa, sends him into the ring post. Brian Kendrick gets distracted because of that. Drew Gulak tried to capitalize on the distraction, but Brian Kendrick gets the one up on Drew Gulak, about to win, and then Gentleman Jack Gallagher saves the match. Obviously, I mean, if you want to call it saving the match, but the match ends with Brian Kendrick winning the match via disqualification due by the interference of Gentleman Jack Gallagher. So they added insult to injuries to Brian Kendrick, and then Akira Tozawa trying to come in for the save, but no avail because Gentleman Jack Gallagher was prepared for Akira Tozawa. And more insults to injuries for that. And basically, even though Drew Gulak didn't win the match, but Drew Gulak and Gentleman Jack Gallagher got one up against Brian Kendrick and Akira Tozawa, and let them know that they even though they lost the battle, but they won the war, I guess. But we'll see how that ends up happening. The feud's not over yet, obviously. So we'll see how where that goes. So next we get Drake Madrick. He was in his office with Buddy Murphy. They're having a sit down talk, like a type of interview, whatever. Basically, Drew Gulak. Excuse me, not Drew Gulak. Drake Madrick. He talks about how Buddy Murphy has an awesome an awesome 2018 coming into 205 Live, being part of the tournament, and then becoming a force to be reckoned with. Talking about how he became Cruiserweight champion and all that, and then Buddy Murphy was was talking about guys like he wrestling guys like Cedric Alexander defeating the undefeated Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight championship, who's been undefeated since since coming into 2018. Then talk about how he took care of Mustafa Ali at one point, and talks about how good he is, basically, and basically how he talk about something about leaving friends behind and all that, and basically challenges again. He wants to challenge Cedric Alexander to a match, and based on what happened from the last time they had a match, from that tag team main event that took place from the last 205 Live show they did. With Buddy Murphy again, basically talks about how Cedric Alexander got the reason why he beat him in that tag team match was because Mustafa Ali was the reason that he was weakened, and then Cedric Alexander capitalized on it with the lumbar check. And basically Buddy Murphy wants Drake Madrick to make the decision to make for it to be Cedric Alexander versus Buddy Murphy for the next 205 Live show. And basically Drake Madrick he agrees to it, and then also Buddy Murphy is like was like yeah, you better have whoever, something like that, and he leaves, and then Drake Madrick look at he was not pleased with that behavior from Buddy Murphy, and that was basically the segment. We get Ariya Daivari making his in-ring return against some jobber named Clay Roberts. Basically, and we had Hideo Itami watching on backstage to see what Ariya Daivari is capable of. What he's capable of now he's back in WWE. Yeah, after he's been gone from an injury. I don't remember what injury he had, but he's back from an injury, and we're seeing what's changed. He's not wearing wrestling gear. He's actually in street clothes. I guess that's what he's gonna wrestle in now. And basically he destroyed Clay Roberts, kept clothes on him so many times, and we're to a point where the referee stopped the match. So Ariya Daivari won via stoppage by the referee, and Ariya Daivari Yeah, he's back, and I guess he's someone to not mess with. He's carrying himself like he's got some personality where it pertains to wearing jewelry, sunglasses, and that in the expensive shirts and all that. Basically he's type of he's one of the type of characters that who has money, and anyone that goes up to him, whatever, it means nothing to them, and he's beneath all of them. That's the type of character that he is. Yeah, it's been done before in wrestling before, you know, which is fine to have, and like a Bobby Roode as one of those people. But other than that, yeah, Ariya Daivari is one of those guys that's is one of those type of characters too. But yeah, what's this gonna lead to? It's gonna lead to Ariya Daivari and Hideo Itami to be a tag team down the line. So we'll see how that turns out too. So then we get Mustafa Ali. He talks about how he has fallen, but he can right back up. And he talked about his match they had at Survivor Series with Buddy Murphy for the Cruiserweight Championship. Talks about how Cedric Alexander is going to take care of Buddy Murphy, and then he says and whoever wins between those two, Ali is going to be next in line to fight for that Cruiserweight Championship between either if it is going to be still the Cruiserweight Champion Buddy Murphy or the new Cruiserweight Champion Cedric Alexander. Let's see how that turns out what pertains to Buddy Murphy and Cedric Alexander. But speaking of which, I'll get to that momentarily after I get to this part. So, Caleb Braxton, who was interviewing Cedric Alexander, and Cedric Alexander talks about Buddy Murphy about how Mustafa Ali is better than Cedric Alexander because of that match that they where it pertains to the tag team main event that they had with Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese versus Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali, where Ali had the better of Buddy Murphy, and then Cedric doing the blind tag, and then Cedric gets the capitalize on the victory. So basically, Buddy Murphy, I mean not Buddy Murphy, excuse me, I'm about to say Cedric Alexander says that basically talking about Mustafa Ali, who 2 times better. I mean, yeah. He talked about how Mustafa Ali is not going to get in his way for Cedric Alexander to become a 2-time Cruiserweight champion and to stay out of a spotlight. And he's like, I'm just kidding and all that. And it's like, and basically, he basically was doing all that, because he knows what Buddy Murphy's doing. He's playing mind games and all that. And basically, he says as far as Buddy Murphy's challenges, he's ready for him for that match. And yeah, we'll get to what happened after that too. But yeah, I thought the interview, I thought it was alright. So nothing else to say about it. So Norman Dar, he was in his car doing a safety promo, and talks about Buddy Murphy, and he wants an opportunity against Buddy Murphy, and nothing else to say about that. So moving on to the main event, and the main event was advertised since on the last 205 Live show episode, and it's a tornado tag team match with the Lucha House Party, which it features Kalisto and Lince Dorado versus Mike Kanellis, being accompanied by his wife Maria Kanellis, and Mike Kanellis' tag team partner TJP. And the match itself, it was, to me, unwatchable because the Lucha House Party had so many piñatas there. It was so annoying. And that rack, I keep forgetting what those racket things are called. But no, not what those other things that's called too. Maracas. But anyways, there was so much of that going on. There was some cool spots in the match though, but to me it was unwatchable because I hate the Lucha House Party now. I hate what they're doing with the Lucha House Party, what pertains to having piñatas and all that. It was just so annoying. I just didn't care anymore. And in the end, you had Lince Dorado picking up the win over TJP, and like great, what? And like, and this was the main event they booked. They had piñatas and little tiny piñatas. It was so I couldn't get into this match. I hate the Lucha House. I fucking hate the Lucha House Party. So yeah, and that was the main event of 205 Live. But it didn't end there because all of a sudden we get Tony Nese. he talks about Cedric Alexander was broken by him, and but then he recovered. Talks about how he still got his number, and it says that it will not be Buddy Murphy that he's gonna be wrestling. It's gonna be Tony Nese, and that's the match that's gonna be set up for the next 205 Live show. So yeah, we'll see how that turns out too. So yeah, it's gonna be the match has changed for the next 205 Live show. It's gonna be Cedric Alexander versus Tony Nese in the main event of 205 Live, and that's how they said, and that's how the whole thing has changed because of that. Talking about wrestling for 205 Live, from December 5th, 2018, 3 matches, and my overall scoring for the show, because of that main event, I got to take 3 points off, so I'm just going to go with 5.5 out of 10. I was thinking about giving it an 8.5 out of 10, because I thought the show was, it would have been good if the Piñata bullshit would never got involved. I mean, if the Piñatas and the whole thing with Lucha House Party, what the whole thing with Lucha House Party was doing in that main event, if those type of things not involved in the match, and it was just a good main event match that didn't have no Piñatas or whatever, I would have given it an 8.5 out of 10. But nope, I can't do it. I hate the Lucha House Party. I hate the Piñatas that they're using in there. I hate everything that they're doing right now with Lucha House Party. So yeah, 5.5 out of 10. I'm giving it 2. And that being said, thank you all for watching. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Robert Serrano Jr., not your born driller. If you're not subscribed to me yet, please subscribe to me right now. If you enjoy this review, thumbs up or a thumbs down, whichever you prefer. And that being said, I'll see you all soon for another 205 Live review. But for now, peace on the street.